Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. So this is lecture 6 in English Language 101. In this lecture, we're gonna discuss Unit 6. هناخد في المحاضرة دي Unit 6 and we're gonna discuss these items. So هنبدأ بالvocabulary. So choosing a product. لو أنت عايز تختار منتج. So how to choose a product. إزاي نختار منتج. Uh, then we have a reading passage about successful story قصة نجاح عن شخص كده من أهم الناس البيزنس من في العالم. Then we have language focus. في language focus بنركز على النهاردة على ال past simple tense. هناخد ال past simple الماضي البسيط استخدام الماضي البسيط وتكوينه. Then في ال vocabulary choosing a service يعني كلمات لها علاقة إن أنا أختار خدمة. Then we have listening part. So how to sell. إزاي أنا أبيع منتج. إزاي أبيع منتج. فعندي listening passage أو listening part listening audio ليه علاقة ب how to sell. language focus 2 هنكمل في ال past time وهناخد ال references. Then في ال skills we have describing a product. ازاي اوصف منتج معين عندي اقول المواصفات بتاعته. Then as usual we have a case study about NP innovations. So let's start. Okay. So here we have the starting up. What was the last thing you bought? Where did you buy it? And what do you buy online? So انت ايه اخر حاجة اشتريتها؟ What was the last thing you bought? ايه اخر حاجة اشتريتها بالنسبة لك انت؟ Where did you buy it? اشتريتها منين؟ من اين؟ Then what do you buy online? ايه الحاجة اللي ممكن كنت اشتريتها online? Okay. Then توقف الفيديو, post the video and answer these questions. Okay. دي حاجة according to you. Okay. حاجة ليك انت خاصة بيك. Then in exercise B we have listen to three people talking about the products they buy. هنسمع لثلاث أشخاص بيتكلموا على المنتجات اللي هم اشتروها أو اللي بيشتروها. Where and when do they buy them؟ منين وإيه الوقت. اوكي ومتى بيشتروها and complete this chart. وهنكمل الجدول ده. عندي speaker 1 2 3 product المنتج. هكتب speaker 1 المنتج بتاعه ايه. البلايس اشتراها منين، من الانترنت مثلا ولا من شوب معين. then how often. يعني how often دي عدد المرات. ايه عدد المرات اللي ممكن بيشتري بيها المنتج ده مثلا في السنة أو في الشهر أو كده. Okay, so we have a speaker 1, speaker 2, and a speaker 3. So listen to the speakers and complete this chart. Go ahead.
Unit 6. Buying and Selling. Track 70. Speaker 1.
I buy a lot of books on the internet. I often look at them in the bookshop, but then buy online. It's much cheaper, and they arrive very quickly. It's great. I guess I buy a book every 2 weeks, perhaps more.
Okay, so زي ما سمعنا كده هنلاقي هو المنتج اللي بيشتريه. Yes, books بيشتريهم من on the internet على الإنترنت. How often? Yes, every 2 weeks. بيشتري الكتب دي كل أسبوعين. Listen to number 2.
Track 71. Speaker 2.
I love the January sales. I buy things like electrical goods because the discounts and special offers are so good. You can get some real bargains, especially in the big department stores. I go every year.
Okay, so number 2, electrical goods. البضائع اللي هي متعلقة بالكهرباء الكهربائية. بتشتريها منين؟ من big department stores. و how often? once a year، مرة واحدة في السنة. Listen to number 3.
Track 72. Speaker 3.
I buy my music and movies online. I just download them. It's so easy and convenient. I usually buy something every week. I probably spend too much because it's so easy.
Okay, so yeah, the product is music and movies, yes, and the place online, how often? every week، بيشتري مرة كل أسبوع. Okay, let's go to the next page. Here we have something related to vocabulary, choosing a product. ازاي اختار منتج. Read daily sales advertisement below and find expressions which mean the following. Okay, so الأول هنقرأ الإعلان ده اللي هو ده طبعا Elise Sound and Vision، ده إعلان. Okay, so هنقرأ الإعلان وبعد كده so then find expressions which mean the following. عايز أشوف من الإعلان ده expressions بتعني الحاجات دي. For example، تعال نقرأ كده الإعلان سريعا. So you can pause the video now and read, the advertisement. So here we have great deals on all home cinema, audio and TVs. Okay, we have great deals، عروض كبيرة عظيمة على الهوم سينما والأوديو والTVs. طيب عندي 3-year guarantee، ضمان 3 سنوات. عندي low deposit، يعني deposit ده اللي هو المبلغ اللي أنا بدفعه في الأول زي اللي بنسميه عربون أو كده في أول أو تأمين ليه في الشراء، يعني لما بروح أشتري حاجة. so low deposit، العربونة بيكون low، قليل. pay 100 now followed by 12 monthly payments. ادفع دلوقتي 100 وبعد كده عندك 12 شهر أقساط أو دفعات. so 12 monthly payment. interest free credit، الانترست فري اللي هو حاجة بدون فايدة، يعني مثلا لما أنا أشتري منتج المفروض لما أقسطه فبدفع فوائد على القسط ده. في بعض العروض أحيانا يقول لك interest free credit، so أنا هاخد المنتج مثلا على سنة بدون فوائد، so interest free مفيش فايدة. then we have free delivery بمعنى إنه الشحن بيكون مجانا. طيب هنرجع تاني كده للحاجات اللي فوق دي. there are some goods offers، يعني طب أنا هلاقي إيه هنا زيها اللي هو great deals، عروض أوكي عظيمة أو كبيرة. طيب the buyer pays only a small amount of money at the beginning، المشتري بيدفع فقط كمية صغيرة كده من الفلوس at the beginning، في البداية. لما يروح يشتري الحاجة بيدفع بس كمية صغيرة من الفلوس. يبقى اللي هي إيه here؟ yeah low deposit. Number 3، the buyer pays some money every 4 weeks for a year. Again, the buyer pays some money every 4 weeks. every 4 weeks دي بمعنى كل شهر. every month right، 4 أسابيع في الشهر، يبقى every month for a year. اوكي طيب هنلاقيها yes كل شهر لمدة سنة، يبقى monthly لمدة 12 شهر. so yeah 12 monthly payments. this one 12 monthly payment. Number 4، there is no cost for transporting the goods to the buyer. ما فيش تكلفة لنقل البضائع للمشتري، اللي هو يعني الشحن مجانا. so yes this one free delivery. Number 5، it doesn't cost extra to pay over 12 months. انت لو هتدفع على ال 12 شهر it doesn't cost extra، مش هتكلفك زيادة. so يعني مفيش فايدة. so interest free credit مفيش فوائد. so this one interest free credit. طبعا نخلي بالنا من الكلمات دي، كلمات مهمة ممكن بيجي زيها برضه في الإكزامز and so on. يبقى late deposit, monthly payment, free delivery, interest-free credit, great deals, okay? Now read these sentences. Does a buyer or a seller say them? هنقرا الثمان جمل اللي عندنا. Then does a buyer be. لو buyer هنكتب be. لو seller هنكتب s. Okay. So number one, we offer great deals. Yes. الكلام ده بيقول احنا بنقدم عروض كبيرة. So s. I'd like to place an order. عايز أعمل order. So اللي هيقولها السيلر or the buyer المشتري, right? So B, buyer. Do you give a guarantee? اللي بيسأل السؤال ده who asked this question? So the buyer. So do you give a guarantee? B, buyer. I'd like to compare prices. شوف الأسعار وأقارن الأسعار. So buyer. Yes, B. Are the goods in stock? Also the buyer who asked this question. So buyer. Can you pay a deposit? انت ممكن تدفع يعني مبلغ تأمين كده او عربون. So اللي هيقول كده yes, the seller. We always deliver on time. احنا دايما بنسلم في الميعاد في الوقت بالظبط. So yes, the seller. Can I make monthly payments? طب ممكن ادفع يعني دفعات كده شهرية. So yeah, the buyer. Now listen to a conversation between a buyer and a seller. هنسمع كده المحادثة بين بائع ومشتري. Underline the correct answers to these questions. So احنا عندنا هنا 5 questions. Okay, so listen to the conversation and choose the correct answer. Like which model does Carl want? ايه الموديل اللي كارل عايزه؟ How long is the guarantee? مدة الضمان قد ايه؟ Number 2. Number 3, how much deposit is needed for a large orders? المبلغ التأمين أو العربون اللي يعني بنحتاجه ل الأوردرز الكبيرة بيكون كام؟ What does the seller say is a large order? Okay. اللي بيقول عليه إنه large order. Then does the seller always have goods in stock? هل البائع دايما بيكون عنده بضائع في المخزن أو في المستودع؟ Okay. So listen to the conversation and please choose the correct answer.
Unit 6. Buying and Selling. Track 73.
Hello, can I speak to Alex Dodd, please?
Speaking.
This is Carl Simpson.
Ah, yes, Mr. Simpson. You asked us for a price for some TX7s.
Yes, that's right. Before I place an order, I have some questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, firstly, do you give a guarantee?
Yes, it's 2 years on all our models.
Okay. What about a deposit?
Well, we ask for a 15% deposit on large orders. That's more than 50 units.
Yes, that's no problem. And do you have the goods in stock?
Yes, we always have goods in stock, and we always deliver on time.
Okay, I think that's everything. I'd like to compare prices with Emerson's, but I'll contact you again this afternoon.
Okay, so if you want to listen again, so لو هنسمعنا كده مرة تانية ونجاوب مع بعض. So
Unit 6. Buying and Selling. Track 73.
Hello, can I speak to Alex Dodd, please?
Speaking.
This is Carl Simpson.
Ah, yes, Mr. Simpson. You asked us for a price for some TX7s.
Yes, that's right. Before I place an order, I have
so the first one is TX7.
some questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, firstly, do you give a guarantee?
Yes, it's 2 years on all our models.
Okay. What about
Yeah, so the guarantee here is 2 years.
a deposit?
Well, we ask for a 15% deposit on large orders.
So, yeah, 15%.
That's more than 50 units.
Yes, that's no problem.
So that's more, 50 units, okay? Over 50 units, more than 50 units. Yeah,
And do you have the goods in stock?
Yes, we always have goods in stock, and we always
yes, we always have goods in stock. Okay, let's go to the next page. So we have a reading passage about a success story. قصة نجاح، بيحكي عن قصة نجاح حد من البيزنسmen. So before you read the article below, discuss these questions. What global fashion companies do you know? إيه الشركات العالمية للفاشن اللي أنت تعرفها؟ Which are the most successful in your country؟ أهم الشركات الناجحة في بلدك. What do you know about Uniqlo, the global fashion retailer؟ تعرف إيه على Uniqlo اللي هو the global fashion retailer اللي هو بائع التجزئة. أوكي so بائع التجزئة وجلوبال بمعنى عالمي، فاشن دي اللي هو حاجة related to الفاشن الموضة. So before reading the article, please answer these questions. Now let's go to the next page. Match these words from 1 to 6 to their meanings from A to F. So here we have some words عندنا بعض الكلمات like expansion, strategy, relaunch, and so on. definition of their meaning في الناحية التانية. So you're gonna match these words to their meanings. Okay, so you can now pause the video, match the words with their definitions. Okay, so number 1, expansion. Expansion, yes. When something gets bigger in size. When something gets bigger in size. لما شيء كده يكون أكبر في الحجم. Okay, so توسع. لما مثلا عندي أفتح shop وبعد كده أعمل expansion. Okay, so بفتح كذا سلسلة للمحل ده. So بعمل توسع. Number 2, strategy. Strategy. Yes, it's a detailed plan for achieving something. خطة كده مفصلة لتحقيق شيء. Okay, so strategy بمعنى خطة، بمعنى استراتيجية. Okay. Then relaunch. Relaunch. So introduce something new again. Launch بمعنى يطلق شيء and relaunch يعيد إطلاق شيء. So introduce something new again. flagship store اللي هو زي بنقول عليه المركز الرئيسي لشيء أو المتجر الرئيسي. so a company's main store. اوكي المتجر الرئيسي للشركة. often big and in an important shopping area. دايما بيكون طبعا المتجر ده كبير جدا وبيكون في منطقة يعني مهمة جدا للتسوق. Then we have hire. So hire to employ someone to do a job. بيوظف حد. Okay. Collection دي مجموعة من الأشياء. So clothes produced by a designer for the season. Okay. مجموعة من الملابس تنتج بالمصمم للموسم. Now we have the reading passage about Uniqlo, a global success story. Please pause the video and read this article. Let's go to the next page. Read the article quickly and underline these numbers and dates. Then say what they refer to. So you should read the article. هتقرأ المقال ده بسرعة and underline نحط خط these numbers. نحط خط تحت هذه الأرقام والdates والتواريخ. Then say what they refer to. بعد ما نحط خط تحتهم في الارتكل في reading passage بنقول كلهم بيشيروا لإيه. يعني for example number 1 1984. إيه اللي حصل في 1984 في الباسج؟ 2003. إيه اللي حصل في سنة 2003 according to the article. Okay. So pause the video now and do this exercise, please. Well, so in 1984, we find that Yani, okay, or Uniqlo started with a single store in Hiroshima, okay. هو بدأ كده بمحل صغير, just one store, okay, one shop, في عام 1984, 1984. What about 2003? What happened in 2003? Yeah, he closed most of his UK stores. هو كان فتح stores في UK. Then in 2003, he closed most of his UK stores. 2005, yes, Yani changed his strategy by opening large stores in major cities around the world. هو غير الخطة بتاعته إنه فتح كده محلات كبيرة في أماكن أو مدن رئيسية حول العالم. In November 2006, the relaunch of Uniqlo with the opening of flagship store in New York. اوكي, كانت إعادة إطلاق تاني ليونيكلو with the opening مع افتتاح فرع الرئيسي أو اللي هي المتجر الرئيسي كان في نيويورك. April 2009, Yani hired the German designer Jill Sandler. هو كان وظف اوكي المصمم الألماني جيل ساندلر. Number 6, okay, 49.8. دي الرقم ده كان the profit that Uniqlo made in 2010. كان عدد الأرباح أو الأرباح اللي حققها يونيكلو في سنة 2010. Then last thing, 64, that the number of stores that Uniqlo had across Asia at the end of 2010. كان عدد أو الرقم بتاع المتاجر اللي فتحها يونيكلو عبر إيجا آسيا في نهاية 2010. Okay, let's go to the next page. Decide whether these statements are true or false. Correct the false ones. Okay, so now هنقرأ these sentences, read these sentences, and decide whether they are true or false. Okay, طبعا according to the passage, على حسب القطعة أو الارticle اللي احنا قرأناه من شوية. So number 1, in the 1990s, Japan was Uniqlo's main market. Huh? Yes, you will find that true. Number 2, Uniqlo had a lot of success when it entered the UK market in 2001. كان حقق كده نجاح كبير لما دخل السوق في ال UK في 2001. طبعا this one is wrong because it had to close most of the shops because they were too small, okay, and in the wrong place. Okay, كانت المحلات بتاعته too small, صغيرة جدا, وكان في المكان الخطأ مش المناسب, so he had to close most of them. Okay, كان اضطر إنه يغلق معظم هذه المتاجر. Number 3, Yanni's new global strategy was to open big stores in important cities. كانت الخطة بتاعته الاستراتيجية بتاعته إنه يفتح محلات أو متاجر كبيرة في مدن مهمة. Yes, that's true. Number 4, at the end of 2008, Uniqlo had 92 international stores. Yes, true. And number 5, Yanni hired Jill Sandler to design all Uniqlo's clothes. No, because the clothes were for selected stores only. ما كانش لجميع المحلات أو كأنه for selected stores only. Now exercise E, look through the article and find the missing verbs. again هنرجع للارتكل تاني، المقال اللي احنا قرأناه تاني. then find the missing verbs، وهات الverbs من الارتكل. Uniqlo quickly in Japan during the 90s. لو احنا رجعنا للارتكل هنلاقي هنا اللي هو grew quickly. grow ينمو أو يكبر بسرعة. so grew quickly in Japan during the 90s. Number 2, over the next 2 years, the number of international stores from 54 to 92. حاجة زادت كده من أو صعدت من 54 to 92. so went up بمعنى حاجة تصعد من شيء، يعني أصعد من 54، عالي من 54، صعد أو يكبر من 54 ل 92 for example. Number 3, the number of stores increased to 64 at the end of 2010. زادت ل 64 في نهاية 2010. Okay, now let's move to language focus 1, past simple tense. So what is the use of the past simple tense, guys? احنا بنستخدم ال past simple tense في ايه؟ So we use the past simple to talk about completed actions in the past. Okay, so we have completed actions. أحداث كاملة حدثت وانتهت في الماضي. Like for example, last year we increased our sales by 15%. Last year we increased our sales by 15%. So something happened and finished in the past. So we say completed actions in the past. We usually form the past simple by adding d or ed to the verb. Okay, so يبقى الاستخدام بتاعه زي ما قلنا حاجة something that something that happened and finished in the past, like when I say last year I visited my uncle. Last week I traveled to Alexandria, or I visited Alexandria. Okay, so حاجة حصلت وانتهت في الماضي خلاص ملهاش علاقة يعني بالحاضر. Okay. طيب دايما بنستخدم الكلمات الدالة عليه like last year, last week, last month, okay, yesterday, in 1992. okay, so something يعني حاجة بتدل إنه الحاجة دي حصلت في الماضي. اوكي طيب التكوين بتاعه we usually form the past simple by adding d or ed to the verb. ده بالنسبة للregular verbs. As you know guys, we have regular and irregular verbs. For regular verbs اللي هي الأفعال المنتظمة بنضيف for example d or ed. إنما الأفعال irregular الغير منتظمة فدي بنضطر نحفظها زي ما هي. For example like you know like speak. So ما بقولش speak to أضيف ed no. So we say speak, spoke, spoken. Well, like that. Buy, bought. Okay. So irregular verbs بنحفظهم لكن regular verbs بنضيف ed and the irregular verbs بنضطر نحفظهم. Well, so we usually form the past simple by adding d or ed to the verb like save. So here احنا عندنا منتهية الكلمة بإي فهنضيف دي بس وسيف. launch هنضيف ed. اوكي هنضيف ed. export هنضيف ed. لو الكلمة انتهت بإي هنضيف just d. okay. Here we have about 150 irregular verbs from the past simple differently. عندنا حدود 150 فعل غير منتظم like speak, you know, like ghost, like spend, and so we have just 150 irregular verbs from the past simple, and you should memorize them, okay, or most of them, or the you know the common ones. أنا أحفظ اللي هم الشائعين منهم اللي بنستخدمهم. okay, like give, gave, okay, cost also cost cut. Be, was, were, grow, grew, spent, give, gave, go, went. Okay. Again, use the uses الاستخدامات. So as we said, we use the past simple to talk about a completed single action in the past. حدث كده خلاص انتهى في أو تام في الماضي. حدث خلاص حدث وانتهى. He met her at the sales conference. He met her يبقى خلاص حاجة حصلت وانتهت. We gave them a lot of money. We gave them a lot of money. Okay. طيب. Also, we use the simple past to talk about a past state that is now finished. Okay. A past state that is now finished. I lived in Italy in 1999. حاجة كانت حصلت زمان وخلاص انتهت. We had an agent in Asia at that time. Okay. So completed actions in the past, I mean. Okay. Also, we use it for repeated action in the past. We went to the beach every day. احنا كنا بنروح الشاطئ كل يوم. So في الماضي. I always wrote to him in English. Okay, so repeated action in the past. Here we have the past time references. We use the past symbol with expression that refer to a definite moment or period in the past. Again, we use the past symbol. بنستخدم الماضي البسيط with expressions مع التعبيرات that refer التي تشير to a definite moment. Okay. Definite moments اللي هي يعني لحظة أو وقت محدد or period. Okay. So وقت أو لحظة محددة في الباست. يعني إيه؟ لما أقول مثلا in April, in last April, in 2002, in the 1990s, okay, in the 20th century. Well, يبقى في وقت معين أو محدد في الماضي. Okay. طيب. Here we have in and on, and you know the difference, okay, that we use in with like months مع شهور, years مع السنين سنوات. Okay. Decade, century, decade يعني عقد اللي هو 10 سنوات. Century قرن 100 سنة. إنما on بستخدمها مع الday والdate. Okay. So I say in month, in مع المonth. Okay. فأقول in April, in last April. Okay. in June, in July. وبنستخدم in مع years مع السنوات. Okay. فأقول in 2002, in 1992. Okay. in 1988. Well, so أستخدم in مع السنوات, years. Then in also with decades مع العقود. العقد اللي هو ايه 10 سنوات. So in the 90s اللي هو دايما بتلاقي مثلا مضافة اس في الآخر. in the 90s, 1990s, in the 1980s, okay, in the 1970s and so on. Okay. اللي هو just 10 years. Also we would end with century. القرن اللي هو 100 سنة. So I say in the 20th century. في القرن العشرين. But we use on with day or date. So on Monday, 2nd February. Okay. On Tuesday, on Monday, on Thursday with date. So on 15 December, on 13 March and so on. Okay. طيب يبقى بنستخدم الباست سيمبل مع these expressions لما تكون تدل على حاجه في الماضي. في اللي في مثلا April, في ابريل اللي فات, في سنه 2002 دي حاجه عدت, في 1990s حاجه برضو سابقه and so on. So he first set up in business in 1999. Okay. يبقى هنلاقي okay. So 1992 حاجه في الماضي. ده تاريخ حصل في الماضي. اوكي. فات يعني سابق. The 1960s were relatively prosperous, okay? We signed our past simple, the contract on the 3rd April 2003. We have other expressions, guys. We had a meeting last Friday. ما يكون عندي حاجة زي last Friday, yesterday, some years ago. Well, برضو دي expressions we use the past simple tense with them, okay? So we had a meeting last Friday. I visited the factory yesterday. أنا زرت المصنع امبارح. He left the firm 5 years ago. Ago يعني مضت, okay? So I visited my uncle, okay, 7 years ago, okay, يبقى منذ 7 سنوات مضوا. So 5 years between now and the moment he left. يعني من 5 years ago يبقى 5 سنوات من دلوقتي. 5 سنوات يعني عدوا لورا كده من الآن. Well, let's go to exercise number C. Complete the sales report. Use the past simple of the verbs in brackets. So complete the sales report. أكمل التقرير المبيعات ده. Use the past simple of the verbs in brackets. استخدم الماضي البسيط من الأفعال التي بين الأقواس. Report on sales trip South Korea. Last December, I visited because here we have last December, so something in the past. I visited our major customers from big department stores in South Korea. أنا قابلت العملاء الرئيسيين من المتاجر الكبيرة في South Korea. I arrived in Seoul on Monday 5th December. Okay. طيب هو وصل في 5 ديسمبر يوم الاثنين 5 ديسمبر something in the past. So arrive هتبقى ايه؟ Arrived. We just add here the. Yeah, I arrived. The next day I met. So meet طبعا ده irregular verb. So هتبقى met. Okay. Mrs. Ali Lee in Seoul on 7th December made هتبقى yes made. I made a presentation to Mrs. Lee's sales staff on our products and advised them how to display them. The following day I go. Yes, I went to Pusan and our agent introduced. So introduced becomes introduced. Okay, me to Mrs. Ha, the chief buyer of a new department store in the city. She asked me to spend her 500 brochures. I gave her some samples of our products. Fly, so the past of fly, flew. I flew back to head office in Paris on 9th December. Okay, so as you note here, we have regular and irregular verbs. Regular verbs like visit, like arrive, advise, بنضيف D or ED, okay? And we have irregular verbs like meet, so met, make, made, go, went, fly, flew, give, gave. So these are irregular verbs. Now listen to how the ed endings of these verbs are pronounced, okay? تلاحظوا ان انا قلت في في هنا مثلا in this word I say she asked. Notice guys the ed, the final ed, not the final ed هنا ما قلتش asked or asked. the final ed I pronounce it as t sound. So I say she asked. So listen to how the ed endings of these verbs are pronounced. اسمع كده وشوف نهاية الاي دي تتنطق ازاي. اوكي like احنا عندنا 3 أمثلة هنا في saved and delivered, saved delivered, launched, worked, decided, and visited. So please listen to this audio and notice how we can pronounce these words or the final ed of these words. Go ahead.
Unit 6. Buying and selling. Track 74. 1,
Saved. Delivered.
2,
Launched. Worked.
3,
Decided. Visited.
Okay, so here the number 1, saved. So the final ed here like D sound. Okay, so saved. نطقنا الفاينل اي دي زي ما هي عادي دي. saved, delivered, so زي ما هي ما فيهاش اي مشكله نطقناها الفاينل اي دي او دي نطقناها دي عاديه. اوكي but go to number 2, launched and worked. هنلاحظ انه الفاينل اي دي هنا نطقناها like T sound. T نطقنا work بقت worked. T worked. So the final ed here T sound. Launched. The final ed T sound. يبقى احنا كده ممكن ننطق الفاينل ed ممكن ننطقها D sound في بعض الكلمات وفي بعض الكلمات تانية ننطقها T sound. Go to 3, number 3. So decided, visited. So the final ed here we pronounce it as ed. So id مش بس دي ده id. اوكي so نطلع من الاوديو ده انه احنا ممكن ننطق الفاينل ed in 3 ways بثلاث طرق either D sound or T sound وكمان id sound. So D T or ed, D T or id. Okay so D like saved, played, delivered. T like launched, worked, asked, helped. أما ID حاجة زي like decided. Okay ed decided, visited, ended, wanted. Okay so now listen and put exercise number B. Listen and put these verbs into the correct group from exercise A. عندنا هنا مجموعة من الكلمات like sorted, finished, advised and so on. Okay listen هنسمع كده ليهم وبعد كده نحطهم يعني للcorrect group للمجموعة الصحيحة بتاعتهم على حسب النطق. يعني لو كلمة زي started لو نطقناها ID هحطها هنا. Okay if I pronounce it as the second word finished for example. Okay لو أنا نطقت T okay so I put it here. Okay and under group number 2. If I pronounce it as D I put it under group number 1. Okay so listen and put these verbs into the correct group. Go ahead.
Unit 6. Buying and selling. Track 75.
Started. Finished. Advised. Lived. Wanted. Opened. Missed. Booked. Invited.
Well, let's do this together. So started, ed, started, yeah, it will be في group number 3 اللي هو id started, ed, yeah. Finished, finished, T sound, finished. So number 2 here, finished. Advised, advised. D, yes, here, number 1. Lived, D also. Wanted, ID, wanted. Opened, opened. Yes, here, D. Missed, missed. Yes, T sound. Booked, booked. T sound. Invited, invited. Yes, it's D sound, okay? Now you can listen again and practice saying the verbs. So say the verbs, okay, after the audio.
Unit 6. Buying and selling. Track 75.
Started,
Started,
finished,
finished,
advised,
advised,
lived,
lived,
wanted,
wanted,
opened,
opened,
missed,
missed,
booked,
booked,
invited.
invited. Okay, so now you can pause the video again and try saying them again, please. Practice saying these verbs. Okay, let's watch the video. This video about the ED ending. So, guys, we know that we have 3 ways to pronounce the final ED. احنا عندنا 3 طرق ننطق بيهم الفاينل ED, either T sound or D sound or ID. Okay, ممكن ننطقها T sound الفاينل ED, T sound like asked, helped, watched. وممكن ننطقها D sound like played, moved. وممكن ننطقها id, ID like wanted, ended. So what is the rule, guys? What is the rule? ايه القاعدة اللي تخليني انطق الحاجات دي بالطرق دي؟ So what is the rule? اشمعنى في الكلمة دي انطقها T sound and in another word انطقها مثلا D sound. Okay? So why? فين القاعدة? What is the rule? ايه القاعدة بتاعتي? So please watch this video and try to figure out the rule, please.
Hey everyone, welcome to elementalenglish.com. Today's podcast is on the reasons why the past tense of verbs in English with the ed ending are pronounced in 3 different ways: t, d, or id. You may have noticed that in English, past tense verbs with an ed ending are pronounced in 3 different ways: t, d, or id. For example, if I say the past tense verb walked, as in I walked away, what is the last sound that you hear in the verb? Walked. The ed verb ending sounds like a t, walked, even though it ends in the letter D. What do you hear when I say smelled, as in it smelled bad? The ed verb ending sounds like a d, smelled. And when I say visited, as in I visited New York City, how did I pronounce that ed ending? Visited. The ed verb ending sounds like id, visited. This lesson teaches you the 3 rules that explain the differences in past tense verb ed pronunciation. But don't be surprised if most Americans can't explain these rules to you. The truth is, Americans make these changes in sound without even noticing. Intro. Why the sound changes. Place your fingertips on the front of your neck and pronounce the following words. What do you feel on your fingers when you say the underlined sound? Vow. Fake. Zebra. Snake. When we pronounce voiced sounds, our vocal cords vibrate when we say those sounds. V, z. Did you feel the vibration? When we pronounce voiceless sounds, our vocal cords do not vibrate. F, s. No vibration. This vibration or lack of vibration then carries forward to the following sound in the word. Therefore, this vibration, or lack of vibration, explains why we pronounce the past tense of verbs in 3 voiced or voiceless ways. T, d, or id. T, final sound. Verbs ending in voiceless sounds, p, k, th, f, s, sh, ch, cause the ed ending to be pronounced as the voiceless t, with no vocal cord vibration. Listen and repeat. He popped a balloon. Popped. They talked a lot. Talked. She frothed a cup of milk. Frothed. I laughed at the movie. Laughed. She kissed a frog. Kissed. We brushed it off. Brushed. I reached around for it. Reached. D, final sound. Verbs ending in the voiced b, g, v, v, z, j, j, m, n, ing, r, l, cause the ed ending to be pronounced as a voiced d. Listen and repeat. It bobbed up and down. Bobbed. He begged her to stay. Begged. She breathed loudly. Breathed. They loved it. Loved. We raised her expectations. Raised. They bridged the gap. Bridged. I claimed it was mine. Claimed. They banned new members. Banned. She banged into the chair. Banged. He cleared it up. Cleared. I rolled up the paper. Rolled. Ud or id, final sound. Verbs ending in the sounds t or d will cause the ed ending of a verb to be pronounced as the syllable ud or id. Listen and repeat. I visited the Empire State Building. Visited. She edited the research paper. Edited. We ended the game early. Ended. He breaded the chicken. Breaded. These ED pronunciation rules are particularly important because in English we connect our speech when we have a word that ends in a consonant and is followed by a word that begins with a vowel. In this case, the way you say the verb's ED ending will be heard loudly and clearly. For example, he walked away is pronounced he walked away. Did you hear the t in walked clearly? See the lesson on connected speech and linking for more practice and explanation. H deletion. The same rule of connected speech, consonant plus vowel, occurs when H deletion causes us to delete the H sound at the beginning of a word. For example, we raised her expectations is pronounced we raised her expectations. We raised her expectations. Hey everyone.
Well, guys, so now the rule is, okay, from this video, you can, I think, figure out the rule, okay? So the rule is we have something called voiced and voiceless sounds, okay? So again, if you put your finger, okay, on your throat, for example, عند الحنجرة كده بتاعتك, and say the word S, okay, the sound is, the sound, okay? So say S, like that. Do you feel vibration? So you don't feel vibration لما الأحبال الصوتية عندي ما بتتهزش، ما فيش vibration، ما فيش اهتزاز فيها لما أقول الساوند S، صوت الأس، أوكي؟ لكن لو صوت الزد وعملت نفس التجربة كده وقلت زز، I feel vibration here، I feel vibration now، أوكي؟ So الأصوات اللي هي فيها vibration بسميها voice sound, okay? So voice sounds use the vocal cords and they produce a vibration or humming sound in the throat. في vibration في throat في الحنجرة. إنما ال voiceless sounds, okay, يبقى ما فيهاش vibration, no vibration. زي ال S sound, no vibration, okay? So the rule is, okay, لما الفاينل ED يجي قبلها صوت voiceless زي ال S sound ما فيهوش vibration, بننطق الفاينل ED as T sound. Again, لو الفاينل ED like help, like looked, kissed, okay? So helped. الفاينل ED هنا نطقناها T sound, okay, because الصوت اللي قبلها, sorry, we say sounds. الأصوات مش الحروف. We deal with sounds, not letters in pronunciation. So the final ED, okay, here preceded by peh sound, and the peh sound is voiceless. يعني لما انطق البه sound there is no vibration in the vocal cords. ما فيش اهتزاز في الأحبال الصوتية. So if the final ED preceded by voiceless sounds, بننطق الفاينل ED as T sound. Help, helped. Look, looked. Okay? Sniff, sniffed. طيب, but if the final ED preceded by voiced, الصوت اللي قبلها L أو N أو R في vibration أو Z في vibration, okay? فلو في vibration أو voice sound هننطق الفاينل ED as D. طيب إمتى أنطق الفاينل ED as id؟ في حالتين اتنين بس. لو الصوت الكلمة منتهية ب T sound like want آخرها T sound, or آخرها D sound like need. So want, wanted, need, needed. Okay? So طب إيه الأصوات اللي ما فيهاش اهتزاز؟ Voiceless sounds. P sound, ال K sound, ال F sound. Okay? So ب, ك, ف. So the P sound is voiceless, يبقى اللي بعده أنطق ال ED like T sound. K sound, okay, looked. F sound, sniffed. طيب ال GH برضو F sound عشان انا بتعامل مع الأصوات so الحروف تبقى GH لكن هو صوت ال F. So like sniff, laugh. Okay, so F sound. So P, K, F. F also here, F sound. Wash, sh sound, wash. أو watch, ch sound. Okay, and S sound like kiss, miss, kissed, missed, dance. Also here S sound, fix S sound. يبقى الأربعة دول كده ال S والC والX هنا كلهم دول بيتنطقوا S. So okay التلاتة دول. So kiss, kissed, dance, danced, fix, fixed. يبقى الأصوات كده again P, K, F, SH ch sound, sh sound, and the ch sound, S sound. Again, p, k, f, sh, ch, S. اوكي؟ ده والحروف اللي قلنا اللي هم الاصوات اللي بيتنطق بعدهم اي دي اللي هو التي والدي اونلي، تي والدي، وباقي الاصوات بننطق دي ال ان ار جي في. here اوكي جايز ده الحرف اس لكن الصوت زد، فلو صوت زد like use يبقى used، amaze amaze، يبقى الاس والزد هنا بينطقوا زد، both of them هما الاتنين بيتنطقوا زد، so we say used. okay well now we have exercise, so classify the words according to their pronunciation. We have here asked, wanted, moved, watched, helped, kissed, ended, played, missed, offered, and claimed. Okay. أنا هسيب لكم this exercise, you know, like as a homework, okay, and we're gonna discuss it in the live discussion. مش هحله معاكم الآن، هسيبه like an assignment, okay, to make sure that you understood the rule well. So please read the previous slides، previous slides كويس جدا، watch the video وشوفوا الرول، هتلاقوا الرول موجودة في الفيديو also, okay, and do this exercise. وهنعمله discussion in the live discussion on Wednesday إن شاء الله. Now here we have let's go to vocabulary 2, choosing a service. ناخد حاجة متعلقة بالvocabulary choosing a service. إن أنا أختار خدمة. Use words from the box to complete the dot leaflet below. Here we have some vocab in this box: discount, free, period, price, and save. Okay? So اللي هتعمله أنت هتستخدم الكلمات دي عشان نكمل الحاجات اللي النقاط اللي موجودة هنا. So join our Trotcar Higher Gold Club today. Save يبقى the first word هناخد save. Save up to 50% on selected models. وفر إلى ما يصل ل 50% على موديلات كده معينة. 3 days for the discount, free, period, or price. 3 days for the price of 2. 3 days for the price of 2. 3 أيام بسعر يومين يعني. Okay, 3 days for the price of 2. Insurance. So free insurance and unlimited mileage. Extra 10%. Extra 10% until the end of July. So extra 10% free discount. Yeah, extra 10% discount. هنعمل خصم 10% لحد نهاية July. Then for a limited period only. For a limited period only لفترة محدودة، فقط لفترة محدودة. يبقى عندي discount بمعنى خصم، free insurance بمعنى اوكي لما اقول في حاجة free اوكي so free insurance يعني حاجة free مجانا اوكي. period فترة، price بمعنى سعر، and save بمعنى وفر أو يوفر. شو save يوفر، price سعر، period فترة، free مجاني، and discount خاص. Now decide whether these statements about the dot leaflet are true or false. Okay. So now read these statements or these sentences and decide whether they true or false. Okay. طبعا according to this one, according to this passage. خلاص. So read this passage first, then go to the question. So there is an extra cost for insurance. في extra cost for insurance. لا احنا كنا شايفين هنا إنه insurance free مجاني. So there is no extra cost for insurance. So it's false. The customer can get some deals for half price. Yes, true. The price is cheaper if the customer is quick. هنلاقي لو احنا رحنا للباسج اوكي customer no هنلاقي كده yes the price is it cheaper if the customer is a quick no if the customer until the end of July. So the price is it cheaper until there is just a minute guys. The price is cheaper if the customer is quick. You get it 3 days on airline, can use express service available. Don't wait for a piece of paper when you return the car, we email you. Okay, so yeah, to select it more than 3 days of the price of 2, insurance unlimited, extra 10 discount until the end of July. Okay, yes, okay, so the customer can get some deals for a half price. Yes, the price is cheaper if the customer is a quick. Yes, the offer is for the whole year. Okay, no, it's until the end of July. The Good Club members have a choice of reward. Yes, true. And Good Club members get their receipt by express post. بالبريد لا هنلاقيها by email. Okay, لو رجعنا مثلا للمسج هنلاقي yes, we emailed you a detailed receipt. We emailed you a detailed receipt. Now we have a listening part about Rose. So listen to Rose Primore, a management consultant, answering the question in exercise A and complete each gap with a word. So listen guys and please complete these gaps.
Unit 6. Buying and Selling. Track 76.
What advice would you give to new sales staff?
My advice would be patient. Take time to build relationships with the people that you want to sell to, and the sales will come. It is also, of course, important to make sure that you fully understand and are knowledgeable about the product or service that you're selling.
What mistakes do salespeople often make?
I think one of the biggest mistakes that salespeople make is to try to sell something to a customer that the customer does not actually need or want. It is much better to take time to understand what the customer wants. With that knowledge, a salesperson can find the reasons that the customer may have to buy the product or service. And anyway, customers like to be listened to, not to be talked at.
Okay, so now the first one is
Give to new sales staff.
My advice would be patient.
be patient.
Take time to build relationships with the people that you want to sell to, and the sales will come. It is also, of course, important to make sure that you fully understand and are knowledgeable about the product or service that you're selling.
What mistakes do salespeople often make?
I think one of the biggest mistakes that salespeople make is to try to sell something to a customer that the customer does not actually need or want. It is much better to take time to understand what the customer wants. With that knowledge, a salesperson can find the reasons that the customer may have to buy the product or service. And anyway, Customers like to be listened to, not to be talked at.
Okay, great. So number one, be patient, كن صبور, take time to build relationships, العلاقات, تبني علاقات بين الناس. Make sure you fully understand the product, تكون فاهم المنتج بتاعك كويس. Actually need, يحتاج or want, اللي محتاجينه, take time, تاخد وقتك. Then customers like to be listened to, الزباين أو يعني العملاء بيكونوا محتاجين يسمع لهم يعني. Now listen again to her talking about what being a successful buyer involves, okay? So number her points in the order in which she mentions them, okay? Now نرتب الحاجات اللي هي قالتها دي على حسب الترتيب بتاعهم، قالت ايه في الأول then قالت ايه بعد كده. So listen.
Unit 6. Buying and Selling. Track 77.
What qualities do you need to be a successful buyer?
To be a successful buyer, I think requires a lot of preparation. It's about working out the maximum price that you are prepared to pay. It's about contacting several different suppliers, asking for a written quotation of the cost and services and products that are being offered. And it's also about being prepared to look at ways of getting additional extras, perhaps, or some discount for ordering a higher volume of the product, for example. And finally, it's important to be prepared to walk away from the purchase if you're not happy with what is being offered.
Okay, so according to the audio, هنلاقي number one, doing a lot of preparation. Okay, number two, working out the maximum price you are prepared to pay. Number three, contacting several different suppliers. Number four, asking for a written quotation. And number five, looking at ways of getting additional extras or discounts. And number six, being prepared to walk away from the purchase if you aren't happy. Okay. Okay, so now we have language because two pastime references. So sometimes references refer only to the past. The special deals ended 2 months ago. Okay, so ago. Said this is only something refers to the past. Okay, last week we sold 500 units. Okay, so last week ago. The preposition in, on, from, to, for, or during often refer to periods of time in the past. Well, so in, as we said, مع months, مع years, مع يعني like I say, I went on a business trip in April. He moved to Germany in 1999. Okay, so with months and years. On with dates and days, the goods left the warehouse on 9th April. Days, the offer finished on Monday. From, so beginning and end of. They worked on the sales campaign from February to March. So from to, okay, from February to March. من وإلى. من فبراير لحد مارس. For, it's a period of time. He lived in France for 5 years. During, at some point in a period. During October, we reached our sales target for the year. Now underline the words to complete this article. Okay, هنا we have يعني اختيارات like at, on, in, during, and so underline the correct preposition. Well, so pause the video and please do this exercise. Well, So Christian graduated from Tufts University 2001. 2001 this is year يبقى in ولا on ولا at year yes n well then he did an internship at Merck during in 8 months مدة 8 شهور so yes 4. He worked there 2001 to 2003 من وإلى so from to. طب خلال هذا الوقت during this time at Merck in May ده شهر so in well okay so the sales team at Johnson & Johnson 15th September 15th date or okay 15th so on 2 years since ولا ago ولا last he became 2 years ago then month first next last month he accepted an exciting new job. Now listening, so Michael is the CEO of furniture retailer IKEA. Listen to an interview about his career and complete the missing information in these notes. هنسمع كده يعني الأوديو ده عن مايكل كان هو المدير التنفيذي بتاع IKEA. So ده البروفايل بتاعه born امتى اتولد امتى education التعليم بتاعه ايه الكارير يعني السجل الوظيفي بتاعه مشي ازاي من اول مثلا مدة كذا لحد كذا. Okay, so please listen and do this exercise.
Unit 6. Buying and Selling. Track 79.
So, tell me a little about Mikael Olsen's early life.
Well, he was born on December the 27th in 1957 in a town in the south of Sweden. He studied industrial design and marketing at Linköping University. That was in the late 70s.
What about his career in IKEA?
Well, Mr. Olsen got his first job in 1979. He worked as a carpet salesman in the IKEA store in Linköping. 2 years later, in 1981, he became the manager of a store in Sundsvall. Olsen moved up the career ladder quickly with management jobs in training and marketing.
When did he get his first international experience?
He got a job in Belgium in 1988. He was the country manager there. In 1991, the company moved him to Canada for another 4 years. In 1995, he returned to Sweden as managing director, a job he did for 5 years. Mr. Olsen's next big job was regional manager for Southern Europe and North America. And then, on September the 1st, 2009, IKEA named him as chief executive, a position he still has today.
Okay, so again.
Unit 6. Buying and Selling. Track 79.
So, tell me a little about Mikael Olsen's early life.
Well, he was born on December the 27th in 1957 in a town in the south of Sweden. He studied industrial design and marketing at Linköping University. That was in the late 70s.
What about his career in IKEA?
Well, Mr. Olsen got his first job in 1979. He worked as a carpet salesman in the IKEA store in Linköping. 2 years later, in 1981, he became the manager of a store in Sundsvall. Olsen moved up the career ladder quickly with management jobs in training and marketing.
When did he get his first international experience?
He got a job in Belgium in 1988. He was the country manager there. In 1991, the company moved him to Canada for another 4 years. In 1995, he returned to Sweden as managing director, a job he did for 5 years. Mr. Olsen's next big job was regional manager for Southern Europe and North America. And then, on September the 1st, 2009, IKEA named him as Chief Executive, a position he still has today.
Well, now listen to an advertisement for a new women's bag and complete the details.
Unit 6. Buying and Selling. Track 80.
Hi everyone, I'm Carol, and this is the new Cachet bag from Tina Fashions. It's stylish and fashionable. It's for smart, professional women. It's made of soft material. It's very easy to clean and take care of. It's got a special feature on the inside of the bag. I'm sure you all love the extra pocket at the front. It's really useful. It's got a padded handle and a wide shoulder strap for easy carrying. As you can see, you can close it easily. Just zip it up. Take a look inside. There's plenty of space, isn't there? It's got lots of pockets and a special compartment to keep things safely. It's got a big compartment in the centre and one at the back, so it's very roomy. But it's lightweight. It's much lighter than most bags. It weighs about half a kilo when empty. And it's just 35 centimetres long. It comes in 3 colours, black, blue and brown. It's a great bag for all seasons. You can carry it all day long. It's just €75. Order now and we'll deliver within a week. Postage and packaging, €5 extra.
Okay, so listen again and do the exercise.
Unit 6. Buying and Selling. Track 80.
Hi everyone, I'm Carol, and this is the new Cachet bag from Tina Fashions. It's stylish and fashionable. It's for smart, professional women. It's made of soft material. It's very easy to clean and take care of. It's got a special feature on the inside of the bag. I'm sure you all love the extra pocket at the front. It's really useful. It's got a padded handle and a wide shoulder strap for easy carrying. As you can see, you can close it easily. Just zip it up. Take a look inside. There's plenty of space, isn't there? It's got lots of pockets and a special compartment to keep things safely. It's got a big compartment in the centre and one at the back, so it's very roomy. But it's lightweight. It's much lighter than most bags. It weighs about half a kilo when empty. And it's just 35 centimetres long. It comes in 3 colours, black, blue and brown. It's a great bag for all seasons. You can carry it all day long. It's just €75. Order now and we'll deliver within a week. Postage and packaging, €5 extra.
Okay, and this is the last thing in today's session, so the case study. The NB Innovations. So here the background, NB Innovations is a group of stores in Seattle. Okay, مجموعة من المتاجر في سيدل US في الولايات المتحدة. Selling gifts for the home، بتبيع اللي هي الهدايا للبيوت، المنازل، office and travel والمكاتب والسفر. At present في الوقت الحالي the company is looking for an exciting product. بتبحث على منتج يكون كده شيق أو exciting to add to its toy or sports goods، عشان تضيفوا لي المبيعات الألعاب بتاعتها أو البضائع الرياضية لقسم الألعاب أو قسم البضائع الرياضية. فبتدور على منتج يكون منتج كده يعني exciting. Okay, so working groups of 3 Read the description of your product and note down key points on the table below. Okay. اللي هنعمله انه عندنا 3 groups او 3 students. اوكي. فستودنت نمبر A اوكي هيقرا حاجه في page 132. اوكي هنلاقيها في next slide. So student A, student B and student C. Tell each other about your products. اوكي فكل students everyone please tell each other about your products. أخبر الناس الباقيين على المنتج بتاعك and complete the chart below. في جدول كده هتكمله على المنتج. أوكي أو على المنتجين الباقيين. In groups discuss the products. في groups كده هنعمل مناقشة للبرودكت. Decide which one the company should buy. طب إيه الشركة بتاعتنا دي which one the company should buy for its stores. إيه المنتج الكويس اللي إحنا ممكن الشركة تشتريه وتضيفه للسكشن بتاعها with your reasons وتقول الأسباب بتاعتك. Say your reasons why this is the most important product for example. Okay. Present your group's decision to the rest of the class. Give reasons for your choice. أهم حاجة بتقول القرار بتاعك وبتدي أسباب لاختيارك اشمعنى هذا المنتج خصوصا. So بنكمل كده عندنا احنا 3 يعني products 1 2 and 3. اوكي. So product name ده أسماء البرودكتس اللي عندنا أسماء المنتجات. product description وصف المنتج يعني تحت كل منتج من دول ال3 منتجات هحط الوصف الموجود بتاعي وصف المنتج. البرايس بحط السعر تحت كل برضو منتج. التارجت ماركت السوق المستهدف لكل منتج. الكالرز الالوان المتاحه من كل او اللي ممكن تكون متاحه من كل منتج. selling points اوكي ونقاط البيع and discounts والخصم اللي ممكن يحصل لكل منتج. ده student A هيقرأ هذا السلايد. So please read this slide يعني well. Student A هيقرأ عن مثلا manufacturer toys unlimited number 1. الديسكريبشن بتاع المنتج اهو السعر اهو التارجت ماركت زي ما قلنا الكالرز موجودين السيلكت بوينتس والديسكاونتس. student B نفس القصة هيقرأ كل الديتيلز على المنتج بتاعه والستودنت سي هيقرا برضو كل الديتيلز على المنتج بتاعه. اوكي and in the live discussion هنعمل كل حد من ال 3 students هيعرض المنتج بتاعه بمواصفاته ويقول أسبابه ليه هو المنتج الأفضل من وجهة نظره. اوكي guys thank you so much for your listening and have a nice day inshallah. Okay then let's see you inshallah on Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30. See you and goodbye.